Welcome back. Welcome back to the Red Room Talk Show. Welcome back to the Red Room Talk Show. It's going to be another exciting night. As you can see, we got a few more people here tonight. We got some fresh faces, some beautiful faces, and then my ugly face. Tonight we will be talking about. Well, sometimes I have a little honesty. So tonight what we're going to do, we're going to talk about the Red Room. You know, we haven't really talked about it. Every now and then, you always know what we're filming at. You always know where we are. Some of you have been down here. Some of you have not. So we would kind of want to get into one, Citron, he's the owner of the Red Room. We want to get into his vision. You know, what he was thinking when he put it together. Because once again, I told you, I'm going to tell you what I thought when he told me about it in the beginning. But before we get started, I want to make sure everybody has an introduction. If you want them to follow you on social media, say so. Give your social media. If you don't have to. You can give them your real name or your fake name. It depends on you. So with that, we're going to start on my right-hand side. If you got anything going anywhere, please let us know. And if you don't got something, make something.
This aka Cal Smooth, you know, I'm cigar connoisseur, the room hat connoisseur, you know. I ain't really got nothing going on for show. I think we got TXCO next weekend, it should be live. But other than that, really, I ain't got nothing happening.
I'm C-Train, Red Room, Dallas. Woo-woo. We got a little erotic poetry this Friday. Come out, check us out.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm Yolanda of YLA Creative Studio. We're off for June and July, but follow us on Eventbrite and Facebook for August and other fall events.
This your girl, J-Bay.
Hey, J-Bay.
Hey, y'all. You can follow me on Instagram on official_coach J-Bay24. I got a glow paint and sip coming up August 12th. It's Saturday, 7 to 9. Bring your A game on your painting, right? We got beautiful muse coming in, female muse, and then we have some great hors d'oeuvres, drinks, a great time, great vibe, and some good painting. Y'all get y'all artistic ability up.
Get it all the way up.
Hey, I'm Dominique. I'm real new to this, but I hope to have more of this in the future. And if you want to follow me on Facebook, just Dominique Henry. That's it.
Okay, and thank you for being a new person. And I'm Keelan, lifestyleunlimited.club. You can follow us online. You can actually go to our website and join the website. If you say you mentioned it here, you will get 1 month free. Also, tomorrow night, I have Colette's Dallas. We have our Bear As You Dare party. Starts at 9, ends at 2. And if you've never been to Colette's, you've never been to a Lifestyle Unlimited party, I'm telling you, you should be there because it's going to be a great night.
Bear As You Dare.
Bear As You Dare.
Does it have bears?
I mean, yeah. I mean, some of them look like bears, but not all of them. I mean, you know, there's some hairy fellas there.
What kind of bear are you talking about?
With all due respect to people with hair, the Red Room respects everybody and what they have on their bodies.
Bear and hair.
Okay. Yeah, PR team is whole right now. All right, so on that note, tonight we're talking about the Red Room. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the Red Room and kind of the vision, because I think sometimes when people see the show, and we'll say Red Room this, Red Room that, but if you've never been, you've never experienced, or it's your first time, you don't know what to expect when you walk in this room. So you think in Red Room, you'll think, might be a little crazy, might be a little kinky, might be a little this or that. But when we walk in, the energy, nasty, but the energy is actually very different. It's more open, it's more inviting, and it's very, very sexy. It's a sexy, sexy room. Right. So when Citron came up with this idea, and that's his name, you got a TV name?
Nah, that's it.
Oh, okay. Well, like I said, I got a TV name. Citron the Seductor or something. So when
wow.
I don't know. So when Citron came up with the idea, I remember him telling me about it, and I'll be 100% honest. I thought it was crazy. I was like, man, fool, you tripping. Oh, man, I'm going to start a thing that's going to look dungeon on my building. I was like, man, this fool, you're tripping. And I'm like, but I learned a long time ago, don't tell anybody you can't do it. So I didn't tell him he couldn't do it. I just looked at him judgingly and shook my head a lot. Like, I don't know. But he put it together. He came in, he put it together. I saw his vision. He saw his vision. Well, I saw it after he saw it. And I was like, okay, well, you really own to something. So on that, I want him to tell us first, when you started putting this together and your thought process about this, what inspired you, one? Two, why did you do it?
I did it because I wanted to see more spaces for us, you know, black and brown. Like before I met you, I didn't even know we did stuff like this, and I think it's pretty cool. So I met some cool people, and I wanted to actually, thank you. I met some cool people, and I just kind of wanted to share that same experience, you know. But all the dungeons I ever went to seemed to be cold and dark and
A dungeon.
a little scary, you know. And I was like, well, what
You
happened?
might get stuck in there.
Yeah, put a little love into it, you know, make it look colorful and beautiful and all that good stuff. So it ends up being a nice space to create magic, all kind of magic.
Okay, all right. So what type of events do you have here?
All right, so we have, it's an array. Anything mixed with kink and art, that we mix kink and art together, we try to make it very unique for the Red Room.
And for people to understand what kink is what people consider outside of the norm when it comes to their sexuality or what they like, whether it's whatever, like fetishes and things like that. So that's what kinks are.
Right.
And then they don't make them wrong. Then there are some kinks that are just plain out wrong. But there are, but for a lot of people, some of those kinks aren't wrong. It's just different. It's something you feel. It's something that turns you on, whatever type of play it is, whether it's bondage or whatever. So, but those are kinks.
So yeah, that's kind of where we started. We got erotic poetry coming up this weekend. We've done poetry shows where we mix in kink. We have flogging, we have electro play, we have shibari going on, body painting. So what else we have? Art shows.
What painting? What you got? Painting?
Yeah, painting sips. Painting sips. A podcast
With a twist?
going
What
on.
is it? I say with a twist. What's yours
Yeah,
called?
twist. It's a couple twists.
It's okay to shout out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Coming up in a couple. We want to come.
Couple weeks.
All right.
Right. Then I got we have every Monday we have self-care Monday. So the idea of the Red Room is to kind of help grow the community, our black community. Entrepreneurs are out right now. There's a lot of entrepreneurs out there trying to make it. You know, they took they I say all everybody didn't take their what was the money, the COVID money and buy rims with their
Right.
They actually started business,
Ferraris.
right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So they actually started businesses. And we just work together, try to help each other grow. So on Self-Care Monday, we got like 5 different entrepreneurs out here in the building doing self-care things like facials, body scrubs, scalp massages.
Yeah, got that.
If you just want to come in and talk, they can get a 20-minute session of just talking. So like we have all kind of different services like this. So it's really about self-health and growing as a human being.
Hey man, body scrubs is the truth, boy. I had a full body scrub.
Feel like a baby's booty, don't you?
It's the truth. It's the truth.
Here we go.
So the body scrub is the truth.
Body scrub.
Right.
Okay. All right. So sometimes like when we come in, so some of our first impressions have been vastly different. This is your first time in here, right, Dominique? Yes. Okay, so just quickly, or as long as you want to take, because we got an hour. So, okay, in case you want to stretch it out, you could. But what was your first impression walking in the door? And because this is your first time seeing the place, period.
So, I mean, the vibe already was real chill. Like, you know, you're going to see, when you think of kink and you think of anything like that, like they said, it's a kink art gallery, studio, however you want to look at it. It's just a vibe. Like, it's welcoming, you're not uncomfortable. Just, I say if you're looking to explore anything like that, this would be the place to do it. So, I would, just my first time walking in here, like I've known about the Red Room, but being in here, it's like you feel like you're at home, pretty much.
Yeah, thank you.
That's it. So if you ever want to spend the night,
And
just come
home
on.
is kinky. It's damn near kinky.
It's
for home.
They're kinky, right?
Right?
So when it comes to the first impressions of the Red Room, the first time I saw it, when he showed it to me and he told me about it, then he showed it to me and I saw it. I was like, okay, I see what you're trying to do now, because at first I was like, once again I said, man, it ain't gonna fly. But once again, my scope was limited in what I could see happening with us in the community, where his scope was way bigger. I'm gonna make this happen in our community. But most of the people that come in, like you said, they come in, they have they get the vibe. It feels like a safe space. It's comfortable.
That's a safe space for sure.
Yeah, and even, and I'll say this because I noticed that there's a lot of women that come in and there's a lot of men that come in. Even the men here try to make it a safe space for the women. So there's been rarely that some guys come in and been creepy. And those creepy dudes escorted out immediately. So it's definitely a safe space. So when exploring, I guess for those that have explored the kink community, I know you're new as far as being vanilla bean.
Vanilla bean.
Yes.
But I've noticed your horizons expanding. Just in case y'all didn't know, she is one of the greatest hostesses,
Yes.
hosts,
Yes.
in probably in the community right now. And she took that melon on, and she was brand new and super vanilla, which vanilla means I don't know anything about this.
I learned that vanilla mint bland, and I felt like I was a level above bland to start. But I will say, my first time coming through here, kind of like what you did, y'all kind of threw me to the wolves because y'all was like, hey, we got a podcast, come through. And I was like, oh, okay. I came in, I'm like, oh, I see shit in here.
It was like Orgy 101.
Yeah, right? But, I mean, the one thing that I will say, oh, hey, boo, yes, hey.
Sandra, Omar's in the building.
In the building.
Omar's in the
with
building
flowers
tonight.
and chocolates and but my real experience here, and I will say truthfully, like, it's been very welcoming. Like she said, being a young lady coming in, and I didn't feel like a piece of meat. And because that's one of the reasons why I stay in the house. Because, like, sometimes you come around and you can't even have a dope conversation without them sexualizing it. Mm-hmm. And you know what I'm saying? Like, like, now at the end of the day, I'm okay with indulging in that if the time is right, but not off rip, not all the time. Sex is not always something I want to talk about. Let's talk about some deeper shit. Let's talk about politics. Let's talk about music. Let's talk about sports. I'm very well-rounded when it comes to topics. Right. And sex is really not even the first 5 things that I would like to talk about. But if it does come to that, I want to feel like I'm in a safe space. Mm-hmm. I want to feel like if I was curious to just experience something, maybe not physically, but see it, I can see it, be like, oh, okay, I see how that goes. May not do it, but it was good. It was good to observe it and just move on. And then there's no judgment. I think judgment is real big too, because you have a lot of people who come around who are in different areas of life. High, low, you got executives, you have CEOs, you have, like you said, entrepreneurs who starting from the bottom. They're their own CEOs, and you want to make sure that everyone has the opportunity. I mean, some people are a little more wild than others, but they're safe. They have the autonomy to do that. Mm-hmm. They're capable of doing that without feeling like dirty after, I guess.
Right. Yeah.
So I appreciate you for that. Thank you.
And I think like Jay said, to piggyback on what she said, because I piggyback on what Jay said sometimes, is that not only is it safe, all walks of life can come through. So it's not necessarily whether whatever your orientation is, sexually or whatever. When you walk in the door, you're your person. We're going to see you as the person and not you as this person is this or this person is that, right? So that's one of the things that I really appreciated about it, because I believe in everybody living their lives, right? Live your best life. You only got one to live. I'm going to live mine like I live it, live yours like you live it. So
it's okay.
And it's okay. So when they walk in the door, it's always cool, because the first thing people, especially of different sexual orientations or different whatever, first thing they think is that I'm about to walk in this room and be vilified.
Yeah.
And then they walk in the room and the first thing they get is, hey, welcome.
Right.
Yeah. Let me take you on a tour, right? Yeah, and so it's like, okay, well, this is a new experience, right? Okay, well, y'all a couple, okay, cool. Well, this is how this works, and these are for sale, because he's trying to sell you something.
Well, I think so. You stupid. The one thing I will say y'all missed, though, are the classes that y'all have had over the time. I think, and that's what really brought me in, was seeing that you had couples classes, because that's one of the reasons why divorce happens, is because sex is not interesting anymore, or nobody's willing to try new things. And seeing the couples classes, shout out to Twyla, and then Susu for having her classes and her events as well. I think those are the two biggest items, the massage classes, you know, being able to have the sensual touch and stuff like that, because all those things help build the relationship. Sex is a, you know, it's not always just about effing, it's the intimacy. You know, I'm trying to keep it PG because I don't
we only 14 minutes in.
We
go now.
We don't go.
We wide open now.
Anywho, but it's just the intimacy is really what's missing, especially in the Black community, because we all think about Pound Town, and that's not necessarily the number. That's not what we're here for.
Yeah, no, not at all.
A lot of us are here to connect and here to have intimacy and here to really get deeply rooted into our partner. And it's been, you know, like Tank said, love has been like diminished from our community so much because we've been so man versus woman all the time. So it's always a battle. So now we're able to kind of embrace that with this environment.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And coming through, being, and so for, I'll say for me, right? I ain't piggybacking. No, but for me, like coming through and being, and I had to look at it, for me, I started off as a swinger, then more ethically non-monogamous than anything. This environment didn't like foster, okay, there's a whole bunch of swingers in here. It came as you, once again, you be your person. So I come in, I meet people, say hello, and I ask questions. And then I also ask questions because I'm seeing things that I've never seen before. And with the classes, when they was doing the flogging and this and that, I was intrigued. I'm like, okay, well, you know, one, the pain tolerance and all that type of stuff. But on the other side of it was, I guess, the power exchange. And that was sexy to me, right? To watch the power exchanges happening. And it could be either way, whether she's the dominant or he's the dominant. But to watch that power exchange and watch how it worked, to me, that was very intriguing. Shibari, watching the Shibari, that is cool.
A lot of it's just a lot of trust.
Yeah, it's a lot of trust
in the partnership of the relationship. So a lot of people see the sex thing of it, but it's so much deeper. Like these people actually have negotiation contracts, and you got to trust somebody to allow them to do certain things. So. Yeah, and we do have a certified dungeon master down here. No, for real, but seriously, because like I say, when they have the classes, there are things that somebody has to pay attention to, because sometimes the euphoria takes over and somebody can go too far. And if you haven't negotiated, like you said, the safe words or whatever, or you stop, your hard stop words, somebody has to pay attention to it to say, hey, this is happening, this is too much, stop, whatever. So we actually have a dungeon master down here that's able to do that, able to pay attention to it, and able to watch it. But Yolanda.
Well, my take on the Red Room is kind of like what Jay said, but just moving in a different direction, is the art aspect of it all. Like she said, and like everybody said, especially in the Black community, we think of sex and then it's just screwing and then that's it. You know, it's an intercourse and then that's it. And it just has so many preconceived notions about the act of sex. So when people think of Red Room, they're like, oh, so they just be in there. I actually had somebody be like, they be eating pussy on stage. I'm like, we don't even have a stage. Like, where did you come up with that from? Like,
get it on the floor. Get it on the floor.
Yeah.
Okay,
no. Like, yeah, and you know, just hearing that vanilla person say that, and I really had to hold my tongue to say things back. But like I said, going back into art, it's about the eroticism of the room. Like he said, there's actual artwork in here that would be in a normal gallery that would be frowned upon. Right. You know, and people clutch their pearls, but people are able to explore those options through their arts. And there are some beautiful paintings in here that explores the human anatomy, because we think of it as taboo, but the human anatomy can be very beautiful. So I love that aspect. Beautiful. That was one of my first big events here. They had the orgasmic. I thought I was saying it wrong, but yeah, they had the orgasmic show, and there were so many artists, and also my nephew too. Shout out to my nephew out in Vegas. But
nephew in Vegas, we don't know your name.
What is his?
Never mind.
I don't even know.
We love you, fam.
D. Okay. His name D, but I can't think of his IG right now.
Okay.
It's 6, but I can't remember how to spell it.
It's okay.
But yeah, if I do, I'll shout him out, because he's an artist like that, and I remember him doing a series on art with women with no heads. And my family, like my dad, they were like, what the hell, you know? And I was the only one who understood where he was coming from with that art. So I'm like, this would be
Shout out to the artist.
Yeah, I'm trying to get him to come on down to Dallas and put his artwork down here, but I'm gonna have to just go and drag him and drive him down here myself. Fly him down or whatever. But like I said, it was just amazing to see so many artists who are brilliant in their work, in their mediums that they use. We had a live artist that just, you know, she sat here, and we had another young a guy that just sat here and they just painted, and it was just awesome.
It turned out beautiful,
it was beautiful art that, like I said, people were like, oh, clutch the pearls. You know, you walk through the door, there's phalluses, that's the correct word. There's phalluses at the door.
Phallicide if it's more than one, because it's way more than one.
Yeah,
You never know what you can walk into.
They're like, oh my God, penises. Like, it's a human anatomy. So let's explore the beauty of it.
First of all, I want to say thank you for wanting to explore the beauty of this.
Yeah. Well, they can't see it on the. I wish y'all could see this painting back here on the wall that's directly behind us. If you look back at other videos, you can see it. But man, it's one back here. It's my favorite.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, it's so beautiful.
That is amazing. Yeah, it's amazing.
Did I say it?
No, you said you gave it to us then. You gave it to us then.
Beautiful. It was beautiful.
Okay, so and if y'all don't mind me kind of switching gears a little bit. Yeah. So as Jay said earlier, when it came to the couples coming in here, you had a lot of couples that would come in, and once again they were either sexually repressed, they were tired. They were tired. Yep. They were tired of each other. You know, and we do the same 4 positions. I got about 4.5 minutes in me, and I'm like, well, you have a good night, baby. You know, you watch, you know. So when coming from that aspect, walking in, I've seen couples walk in and the trepidation was there at first. I just don't think I can, this ain't my type of, but by the time they left, they were like, okay, well, this is, you know, especially erotic poetry nights and orgasmic. When they walked out the door, they was ready in the classes. Yeah. They would come to the classes, how to ride phalluses and how to give head and stuff like phallicide.
The Art of Riding Dick is the name of the class,
That is. Art of Riding Dick.
From Twyla.
Yeah, so
try to be good.
Yeah, try to be good. So
good class.
as a former model in the class, I can't say it. Got called off the bench one day, and I was excited. Yes, absolutely. I'll be the mannequin.
I had to film the class the first time.
So, but we've seen couples walk out of here, and their sex lives have changed. So. One makes your sex more adventurous because you see the things on the wall.
Right.
You see, he got a wall full of floggers and electro play and everything. And people come through and they'll try to experience for the first time. They never see it. And nobody ever hit me with something. Yeah. And then before you know it, 10 minutes later, they tied to the wall and flogged. I never thought I'd do this. You know, that's the next word, right? So
this ain't me all the time.
I do this sometimes. You know, but where can I buy these?
Right.
Yeah, so which you can buy them here also. So we watch couples walk out. Yeah. It changed my sex life some because there's certain things that I thought I would never try. That I've tried, right? Because I'm saying, okay, well, shit. I'm in the room, and you know what? This is kind of sexy. I'm watching it happen to somebody. I'm thinking it's sexy. Let me try it. Right. Has that happened in your view as y'all come in this room or spaces like this? Not necessarily this room, but actually spaces like this where it adjusts your thought process and eroticizes. Hell of a word. It eroticizes your thought process and it makes you want to try something different. And as your partner said, no, I just can't see myself doing it. Have y'all ever been there?
I've seen it go both ways. Sometimes you'll see them connect, and sometimes you're like, where you learn that from? Or where this coming from?
That's a new move.
It does spark up conversation, and we constantly remind people, you know, like we're not judging, but you know, maybe peel back some layers and talk about that, you know. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, you have it go. It goes both ways.
Okay. What about any of you all? Because I know I've walked in and been excited.
I mean, coming in, I seen, like, it's intriguing because there's different things that I never would have thought to even indulge or even have a conversation with my potential partner about. Mm-hmm. Then there's some things I'm like, I definitely am not doing that shit. But the part that I love the most is the fact that I have the choice because I got to see it. Yeah. And I can be like, check, I can put that on my list, right. Or I can be like, that's on the list to not do. Because like, for instance, there was one like it's not necessarily bondage, but it's like mummifying or something like that.
Oh yeah. No, the saran wrap.
That's on my
They did a
no-go
saran wrap.
list. I'm telling you that right now.
So
but
yeah.
it was to see that person in that space and in that situation where they were like euphoric in that moment. I'm like, how the fuck is that possible?
Yeah.
But
That blew me
shout
away.
out to them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
you
yeah.
know.
Shout out to her.
You
She's
did.
something else.
You did, but it's dope to see that people's there's definitely levels and layers to it. It's more like an artichoke. The layers are deep as opposed to an onion where it's like flat.
Boy, that was a hell of a you shot for that
That's
metaphor.
a great
didn't you?
ass metaphor right
Is that
there.
online? Can somebody
Here we go.
Google?
Oh my god.
That was cold. I was like, artichoke. What the hell doing?
No, but it really was. There was layers to it. So like I discovered, like I did like the electro thing. I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, because the electro play is really an interesting item. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that everybody would want to do it because people got scared. And they were like,
Yeah, you gotta make sure. You gotta make sure your heart rate right. Too.
Right, we don't want nobody having a heart attack. But I just realized that was something that I discovered that I took. That was one of my takeaways here. So shout out to
Let's play fun. I just gotta make sure, because since I got metal in me, I don't want that shit to fuck with me too much. I got metal in me. But I had different experiences coming in and wanted to try when I first got into the lifestyle and erotic play and everything like that. So yeah, it opens up your eyes and be like, hey, I want to try this. I don't want to try that. Be like, nope, I'm not doing that. And there's other stuff like, hey, let's go for it.
Yeah, let's try. Yeah.
Let's go for it. I'm 10 toes down, all in.
Yeah. And you learn you do learn your hard nose. You'll see something, you be like, hell no. I wish motherfucker tried it on me. But once again, Red Room is a safe space to try anything you would like to try. Not anything, but a lot of things. No pissing on the floors.
what? They do that?
Yeah, no bodily fluids.
Yeah, no bodily fluids on the floor.
Body fluids.
Yeah, defecation.
Okay.
It hasn't happened here.
Defecation. Oh well, okay.
But that's some of the kinks and the
So
fetishes.
granted, I'm not completely novice.
We didn't.
I'm not completely novice. My first experience of like this type of environment was in college when I had to go to a human sexuality class. So we had like our professor was a hippie. So like he was really big on making sure the most outlandish experiences came into our class and explained like their position. So we had escorts, we had pimps come in, we had prostitutes come in. Yeah, we had all those things to include sex therapists. Sex therapists come in, all that stuff, and we even had like somebody selling sex toys. What was it? What's the most popular sex toy people?
It used to be the sex toy.
Well, like the Adam and Eve, and you know what I'm saying, stuff like that, where you get toys and vibrators and lingerie. So we actually had that was a class. Yeah, it was a really
wait to get to that
So I will say, shout out to liberal arts schools, but I will say that was my first inclination of being able to be kind of introduced, I guess, softly into it because I had to get a grade for it, and. But yeah, so
shout for that age.
Right, shout out. I won't say his name, but whatever, he retired. But
damn, I'm just joking.
No. No, but I think honestly it should be introduced to at least give like how sex ed was supposed to be something that was to introduce to the sexual health, and if you decide to talk about go into having sex, be safe, and if you decide not to be safe, understand the consequences of not being safe, and different types of sex, different all that stuff.
Another thing we're working on is with the AIDS Healthcare Foundation, trying to get them in, get tested, and make that available. Like a lot of black people don't understand that there's testing available for them. I didn't know. Like it was free before I got into the lifestyle. So stuff like that.
Free testing, free condoms.
Your status.
Yeah.
All that good stuff.
And there are websites where especially you can order free condoms. And you can, I don't have it right offhand, but you can order free condoms, especially if say for instance, like I host lifestyle events. And with me hosting lifestyle events, those condoms coming in, I can order a big bag of condoms, and I mean, if people choose to use them, they're there.
It only take about a week to go through them, huh?
Where'd that come from?
Keelan said 214.
I plead the fifth.
Right.
Yeah. 2-1-5. But no. Yeah, but no.
Knowing your status is real big because in our community, nobody likes to talk about that part.
True.
And even if it's something adverse, like let's just say you have a positive something, like talking about it doesn't put a scarlet letter on you. Yeah. Just get the shit fixed. Like, go be safe. Get your medicine. Make sure you're healthy. Right. Make sure you're practicing proper ethics, things of that nature. Because nobody wants to be with the magic at all, you know. So I mean,
not as magical as they make it seem.
It's not magic at all because it ain't going away. It magically appeared, but it won't go away.
It won't magically disappear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And getting rid of that. I mean, a lot of that is the taboo of actually wanting, because most people, everybody, sexual health is
I got
a big thing.
Do any of y'all know that there's prevention medicine out there for HIV?
Yeah.
Okay. How many of y'all did not know that? You see?
There's preventative medication that you can take to. It's not 100% guaranteed, but it'll
birth control.
Yeah,
like you would take a birth control pill daily, or you can.
And see, that's also other information. Now, granted, sometimes giving information to that extent it has its adverse aspects, right? Because it'd be like, I'm gonna live free and then just pop the pill, and that's not what it's for. So, but I think it's very important because that's something. If I didn't know that, for instance, I know plenty of me's, vanilla beans and beyond, and those who are overly sexual, like
you
and like me.
Oh no, you said those like
no
me.
over like all like
I didn't know where else come from.
Like
my bad. Yeah,
no, like just
vanilla bean like me overly sexual.
No, but I'm saying like in overdrive, like I was saying me like vanilla bean, like I'm
okay.
I got it. Like I take that back. Like some people who are novice in certain things, but others who are very experienced. Some of those people don't know.
Yeah, but like I said, I found out just because a close family member of mine had it. You know, a family friend had it, so we found out all through that back when I was younger. So yeah, I found out about those. And
then that's the other issue we find out because of a close person end up having it, and now you're like, oh, let me go check that out before I become the next victim or whatever. Yeah.
But yeah, we don't. I'm so excited to see you speak.
You go, boy.
Yeah, but in our communities, once again, they don't advocate for us like we have to advocate for ourselves. Yeah. So when it comes to testing, when it comes to even hospitals, especially women giving birth and things like that, and you're saying you're in pain, and they don't advocate for you, and if you don't have an advocate, you know, our infant mortality rate is way higher than a lot of the population. So those are some of the things that we don't get to know. And one thing about coming down here in the Red Room, we do try to discuss it. We do talk about statuses. As he said, we do. Well, he doesn't have a line of condoms yet.
We got some on the way.
He got some many condoms on the way. He said he based them off himself. So he got some. He got some specialized condoms coming. But those are some of the things that, and that's one thing that's important about the Red Room is that. Because those are conversations we can actually sit and have, and we can have a class on it. And even though the classes are lighthearted and some can get serious, we can get experts down here. We know experts in just about every field that we can get down here to come have a conversation and say, hey, this is this. Whether it's sex therapy, whether it's how to ride dick, whether it's flogging, we know an expert in every field that can come down and say this is how it's done properly. This is how this works properly, and I think that's one of the biggest things and the best things I like about the Red Room, because I've been to other places and I'm thinking to myself, man, and even watching them flog, I'm like, man, this people about to catch rape cases in here. This is what the fuck is going on, you know? And it makes me nervous to be in the room because I know they're doing it wrong, and they're intentionally doing it wrong. It's like watching that movie about the Gray. Yeah, and that was all wrong. That was no consent. That was very little consent involved in that. He was literally taking advantage of a woman, taking her consent.
I was like, what the fuck is the Gray?
I didn't want to say it.
My bad.
We too small to get sued. They can't take all these thousands of dollars out of here.
I literally was in space like the Gray.
Yeah, but that that didn't involve a lot of consent. So watching that movie, you give you a false sense of how a dungeon's supposed to work, how BDSM is, how dominant and submissive is, how all that works, right? Yeah, they gives you and they what is it? Yeah, more like mind manipulation. And they try to make it sexy, but if you know what you're doing, you're like, this is horrible. Yeah. This is, oh my God, somebody help us. This is a cry for help. This is, right? So,
this is a Lifetime rape movie.
Pretty much. And down here, you don't get that. Even when there's something wrong, before something goes wrong, we'll put people out. Yeah. Hey, this is not the vision, and I've seen him do it. This is not the vision that he has for the Red Room. And I seen him tell, that's not my vision. You got to go. And that's one thing I appreciate him. He done tried to kick me out twice. It's just because we like brothers, so we just fight and shit. But he'll say that it's just not my vision, and this is what I see, and you're not seeing the vision I see. And he's very firm on it, and that's one thing I do appreciate about him. So yeah, it's the Red Room is the spot. Y'all should come down, check it out. We're filming in front of a live studio. Sometimes we're filming in front of a live studio audience.
You got one.
Okay. Oh shoot. Well, we got one. We got a special guest.
Yeah.
Flew in all the way from Singapore, Fiji Island, Bali, the same island. So he came in. We ain't gonna say his name because he's incognito.
Even though he said it.
Okay. Hey Omar. So shout out to Omar on the screen over there. No. So anyway. What else we got? Because I
just want to say thank you to all you guys for real. Like, vision is nothing without the people and support that you guys bring. Bringing your arts to the Red Room and sharing your stories. I think they're helpful, and I really am proud of everything that we built together. I really appreciate it.
We are family.
A new person on the Dominique. You got any questions for the Red Room? Today your day.
So no questions, but I did want to touch on something.
Listen.
Just talking about, if this is new to somebody for the first time, somebody walking in here, they're curious. The stigma with men coming in wanting to, or maybe curious about the lifestyle. And that's why I hate social media, because anything new, oh, that's gay, or oh, that's not. Like, I think it's just maybe they're afraid of the power exchange. Mm-hmm. But I mean, if it's you and your partner, it's like, what are you afraid of trying?
Yeah.
Like, it's okay to be vulnerable, and that's becoming more aware in the community, and I love that, because a lot of men growing up were taught to not be vulnerable. You're not supposed to cry. You're not supposed to do this or that, and that's what's hurting a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I hate it because I was with somebody who, growing up, he was like that. But I feel like people need to know that this is a safe space where they can come. Nobody's gonna judge them. Like, it's okay for you to like something different. It's not bad.
Let's talk about that a little bit. That's mental health. Kink and mental health.
Dominique, that was a great question, statement. Perfect. That was beautiful. Go ahead. I just want to say that was a great statement.
That was a great question. I think it is very important that we have these spaces for you to actually, because what happens when you repress all of that? That's always been my worry. It can go either way. I battle with trauma myself that I have suppressed that acts out sometimes, and I have to keep that in check.
Right, look at me. Did my eyes like we go.
I know you got something to say on that.
I don't worry, bro. I don't want no trouble.
Yeah, Keelan, what you think?
Yeah, I agree. I agree with what he said on that. There's a lot of us, especially black men in the community. There's a lot of trauma, and also there's a lot of us, once again, thinking that this is wrong or that's wrong. And so we're not opening our pores because, as the friends say, oh, that's gay, or that's this, or that's that. And so don't touch me here, don't do that. When on the cool, you actually want to try to, let me see what this feels like.
Misogyny is very real.
Yeah, it's very real. So there a lot of those traumas, a lot of those situations, a lot of men now are starting to, I'll say my friend circle. I can talk from my friend circle. So my friend circle, we're starting to talk more about different things, whether we tried it, whether we haven't tried it, and then we don't really. I mean, this shit just wild. We don't really judge each other. Now, that's some things I was like, God damn, bro, you didn't. Yeah, but then for the most, it's like, you know. But for the most part, we try not to judge each other. We try to listen, because there are certain things that he may have tried that I actually want to try. He was like, man, this shit felt amazing. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, well, next time I get the offer, I'm going for it. And vice versa. But we're starting, I guess as we get older, we're starting to open up more as far as, one, what we like sexually. And then we're trying to listen more. I said we're trying, ladies. We're trying to listen to more about what y'all want. Are we good at it? No. But a lot of us are trying now. We're saying, okay, well, let me please my person, let me please my spouse, because we're in for the long haul, or you're adapting your relationships to better suit your needs, whether it's being monogamous, whether it's being non-monogamous, or whatever, to suit your needs as a couple, especially if y'all love each other. If that makes sense. And any lady's point of view would be awesome. They don't have any point of view.
Well, no, I agree. I agree with that, but I mean, it boils down to communicating with your partner.
True.
Or whoever even if you're not together, whoever you're interacting with. Just, you have to know that up front, so there's no gray area. Like, if you don't like something, say that, because don't do it just because they want to do it. Like, do it because you like to do it. Like, just communicate. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah. Let's do that special thing once a year.
I think
the thing I like.
I think a lot of it, from what I've seen, just even conversing like with some of my male friends and just jokingly have these conversations, because I'm just one of those friends where I like to open up a can of worms. And a lot of the issue is that they're afraid if they do become vulnerable, then it's thrown in their face.
Yeah.
And I think that's down the line for a lot of men, whether it's sexual, whether it's them talking about their childhood trauma, whether it's talking about their lowest point of their life, where they're
just emotions period.
Emotions period. And having an intimate moment involves emotion. So when you have that situation where she's like, babe, I want you to be more open to stuff and blah blah blah, he's really in his mind, he probably want to, like, there's an inkling of him that wants to, but the problem is he's like, either y'all may have had a traumatic relationship and you may have you found out he was scared of the dark and you throw that shit up, you know what I'm saying, when y'all get in an argument. So if that comes up, and now
lights off,
right right, you know what I'm saying, so if that becomes an issue and now you trying to open up the door for more vulnerability, he's going to hold on to that inkling of something that you or maybe even a previous partner has done that may have exposed him and he didn't like how that felt.
Yeah, so true. Oh, okay. Well, you went for the mic.
Turn the lights back on.
I was going to say something,
but and you're right. Some of those things we are nervous about. But I know women do the same. But I think maybe it's a little different for y'all, and it may not be. Just from a male perspective, you're absolutely right. We get nervous because we think, once again, that being vulnerable is not right or it's not good. Especially in the community, right? We think it's not good. I got to be hard at all times. So when you do throw that in somebody's face, it's like, well, shit, I'd never trust somebody again. And then for the next person, I'm twice as hard. I'm twice as, no, I'd never believe in you. You know,
I think cats from our age or our general, because we're all about the same age up here. That's the way it goes, because if you try to open up at one time and got thrown in your face, now you ice cold. Well, I'll never do that again. Don't ever try to do that. I don't do all that.
Especially if it's something that I might consider embarrassing to the general public.
You telling your boys that you done did some shit.
But I told my boys. I didn't tell Facebook.
No, but I'm saying,
on Facebook don't even know what we did in that bedroom.
No. Sometimes, about even telling your boys, you might even tell your girl, or you and your girl might try some shit, but then shit come back on you. She get mad, you won't throw that shit up in your face, or y'all break up, she won't throw that shit.
Hey, he start using his hands. When he start going like this, he about to go up.
Oh, get real.
I mean, 9 times out of 10, just like a woman, if she did something that was, You found out she was ambidextrous or some shit like that, and you like, oh
man,
shit, she's
going.
right. You know what I'm saying? She's
Okay.
a freak, and then now
boo.
because you told
214.
you know what I'm saying? It's kind of the same shit. Yeah, 214. It's kind of the same. It's the same. It's two-way street with that because now she's been deemed a HOE. She ain't. You know what I'm saying? Or she lose just because she does this one little trick with her. You know all that stuff, and you be like, damn. And now you done told your boys, and all the homeboys gonna try it. They want to try it out.
Yeah.
And it's a trickling effect.
Yeah.
If people would just shut their ass up, whatever happens behind closed doors, it's like whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. And if you keep it that way, everybody would, you wouldn't have to worry about it. You wouldn't have to worry about the body count question.
Losing trust.
Yeah, it's trust. Yeah, trust is lost. Once trust is lost, that's everything is gone at that point.
Yeah, and one thing I'm a firm believer in is that we all have lives. So there are things we're going to do. There are things we're going to experiment. Actually, I don't want to meet somebody that has experimented with certain things, with a lot of things. So whatever you've done, it doesn't affect me to the point that I'm like, oh my God, I just can't believe you did that. Well, it may be one or two things, but it's extreme stuff where I'm like, oh my God, it just would scare me. But other than that, when I meet people, especially when I meet women, right, I don't judge you by your past. And if you do that thing that some people that, oh, don't do that, but you do it, I kind of like it. I'm like, all right, well, cool. I don't even want to know how many times you did it. I appreciate the fact that I'm getting action, right? But I don't. Once again, I've been non-monogamous pretty much my entire life, right? So for me, I'm going to meet non-monogamous people. I'm going to meet people that have lived very colorful lives, right? And I'm appreciative of the life you live because that shapes the person who you are. So whether you've had a thousand partners or two, it shapes the person you are, and as long as you are a good person to me, and we just enjoy each other's company, however that comes, I'm 100% okay with it. I don't feel like I have to make you feel like an HOE or tell my partners, oh man, she this and that. I'm 100% saying, okay, well shit, well that's amazing. Okay, well cool. You want to go get dinner? Let's go hang out, right? And let me get to know you. Yeah, because I still want to know you as that person. Yeah, but I still want to know you as that person. I don't need to necessarily know you as whatever you've done because I've done some things and you'll run into people that say, well shit, you talking about Caitlin? Yeah.
He was something else back then.
Back in the day. Yeah, so there are those things. So for me, I'm 100% okay with I guess I don't have a lot of insecurities when it comes to meeting a woman and half the neighborhood say, man, I had sex with her. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, for me, it's like, all right, go. She with me now.
Yeah, I was actually just getting ready to say that. I said it's not as much as not saying things about it. It's about when we do discuss it, not putting such a negative emphasis on sex. People, it's natural. We're supposed to have sex. We're supposed to mate. And like you said, it don't matter if you had 1,000 or one. Like, people have had sex before you. They're not virgins. You're not a virgin. And even if you are, then that's probably still, going to be a conversation. Oh, she's a virgin. So sex period. Yeah, like sex period is just way too much negative emphasis on it. Like we said at the beginning of this conversation, it is a natural occurrence. So please just let it be natural. It don't matter if I had sex with however many people. We had sex. That's it. It happens. It's supposed to.
Yeah, and sex is enjoyable. We enjoy sex for the most of the times.
He said PSA.
Yeah, it's supposed to be enjoyable.
It's supposed to be.
Bedroom views. However you choose to do your sexuality is your business.
It's your business. That's you.
And stop being super judgmental.
Just say stop judging.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. Just stop judging.
Stop
Mind
judging.
your business. It's your business.
Right.
It's your business.
Yeah.
Like, why do we judge somebody because they gave head? Well, don't you want it?
Maybe they don't.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't.
If you don't want it, somebody else did.
Somebody else will.
Somebody wanted it. Somebody likes it. Same thing like we said with the kinks. If it's not your kink, well, move on.
It shouldn't change you.
It shouldn't change you.
It's not your thing. So whoop-de-doo.
Yeah.
We'll never do this again.
Yeah.
And if you
And we
don't,
won't talk about it either.
Yeah.
Yeah, just hold me. Just hold me.
Leave it to our next topic.
Again, I'm suing your wife.
It's about to leave it to our next topic.
Talking about which one?
Embarrassing spouse.
Oh,
That's an interesting question on that screen.
which one? Okay.
So how does the Red Room respond to homosexual males? I think you said earlier everyone's welcome and open.
Everyone's welcome. You know what? I give the Red Room, everybody's welcome in here. So regardless of your sexuality, whether you're homosexual, transsexual, bisexual, lesbian, and all of them, all those walks of life have walked in this room. And they've had a good time, whether they've enjoyed the flogging or whatever. It's when you come in here, we see you as the person. We don't see you as your sexuality. You are who you are. You be who you are.
It's all about respect
in
that aspect.
Yeah, enjoy the moment, enjoy the night.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
be respectful of others. That's it.
Yeah.
Like if that's your cup of tea, you can't make that somebody's cup of tea.
Right.
Like that's all it is. It's a space of respect.
Yeah, and we can't let anybody be mad at you because of your sexuality.
Right, or like we just said, it's just we're non-judgmental. Now, don't come in here out extra, but I mean, like you said, we've seen flogging from males to males. I've actually had a male approach me to be flogged because he wanted a female to do it, and I thought he wanted his girlfriend to be flogged. He was like, no, he wanted me to do it to him, and I was like, oh, okay, well,
All right, campaign.
well, you know, let's go. You know?
All right, then.
It's a little different.
Mistress.
No.
Not yet. All right, then. All right. Okay, so we got a question from the audience. Being non-monogamous, Keelan, being non-monogamous, do you find the women are turned off by that, or are they more receptive to you? You know what? Honestly, I think for me, I'm kind of one of the lucky ones. I'll say they're a little. I think I am, but they're a little more receptive. But I'm honest about it. Hey, I'm non-monogamous. My last relationship was non-monogamous. When I was in that relationship and we were non-monogamous, I would tell them straight up. I didn't take your option. So I never took anybody's option. Here's your option. You can either deal with me or not. You know, I have a woman at home. She knows. I can tell her you can meet her. Vice versa. She meets somebody, I can meet them. But we were non-monogamous. And so even now, as I'm single, 214, I try to. But now, even now as I'm single, I still. As of right now, I'm still non-monogamous. So when I meet people, I let them know, hey, I'm non-monogamous. I'm not. Right now, I'm not. And right now, I'm just dating. I'm not even looking for a relationship, but I find that a lot of women are intrigued. Now, you have some that say there's something I just can't deal with, but I do meet a lot that says, okay, well, let's hang out and get to know each other anyway, and then I'll make some decisions later, right? Because at this point, I'm not changing. I'm evolving, I think, in some of my views now. I'm starting to evolve a little more, but I haven't changed how I see it and how I feel. So it hasn't been, it's not as bad as I thought it would be as far as trying to date and being open and honest. I think I actually come out a lot better because I'm open and honest with who I am, and even with sometimes the podcast helps. If people see it, they're like, oh my God, I'm like, well, I'm trying to be a little more of my truth, and still tell you, I used to want to tell people anything about me, right? But now I'm more like trying to just at least express myself. And sometimes it's part of therapeutic. So I think it's all in the presentation, how you present it. Because if you print it, I'm trying to fuck everybody I see every time. I don't think it's gonna go over well. But if you say, you know, hey man, look, right now I'm learning me again. I'm learning myself, or I'm learning me, and I'm non-monogamous. And if that's not something you can deal with, I'm cool with it. Don't take their choice. Most women just don't want their choice taken.
Honesty.
People.
Honesty.
And giving me the right to choose is always big. Like, the fact of the matter, everybody tell white lies from time to time or whatever. So I ain't gonna say that everybody don't lie. Mm-hmm. But if you, like, that's a serious thing. Like, you fucking with people's emotions. Yeah. So if I sit here and lie and tell you, like, nah, I'm only here for you, girl, or I'm only here for you, boy, you the only one I'm thinking about, that closes your window, and that opens the door for her or him to be crazy, because you don't know when they fall in love. Love is a crazy motherfucking thing.
Crazy motherfucking thing.
You know what I'm saying? Sex could create certain expectations that is a motherfucking thing. You know what I'm saying? So unfortunately, those things come into play when you start playing with the emotions, because quality time develops love. Being around somebody creates attachment. Mm-hmm. And you do not want to create something that you're not ready to maintain. If you're not ready to maintain that shit, ooh, he got
mm-hmm. Got it.
But if you're not ready to maintain the very thing that you're trying to put out, then you need to open the door and be like, hey, you got exhibit A or exhibit B. Pick a dough. I'm just letting you know what I got.
Right.
And then if I have the option to choose, you never know. I may choose that option until I'm not wanting to be in that option anymore. You never know. And then, or I'm gonna be like, respectfully, I see what you got going on. I'm gonna walk away.
I agree with you on that. I didn't hear the last little bit, but I know you said something pretty deep.
It wasn't. It was a fly.
Okay. Okay. So, anybody else? And I don't know everybody's lifestyle in here, lifestyle choices. Anybody else either who's monogamous, non-monogamous, or if y'all don't mind me asking, and you don't have to answer. I know you're new here. I kind of know everybody else, but.
You know, I'm not monogamous, you know. So
Okay.
I'm practicing celibacy.
Hey, celibacy. He gave me the mic, like dropped it. No, bro, I got a mic, bro. That's good. Okay. I'm married and lit. All right then. Married and none. All right then. Okay.
So I've not practiced a non-monogamous lifestyle. Everything right now is new for me. I'm very newly single. My last relationship was, y'all don't judge me for this, almost 9.5 years.
That's how long the relationship was, and that's how long.
Relationship.
Okay,
relationship.
Like, that's newly single. Okay, I got it now.
I've been single, but being out of after a long of a relationship, because it's only been since New Year's Eve.
Okay, yeah, I've been there, so I understand.
Really, I'm not even dating. I'm really just trying to find me, do me, really. Just focus on other stuff I've been needing to focus on. And, something comes to something, then that's that. But other than that, I'm not pressed to do anything, honestly.
So has it been hard trying to find yourself again after 9.5 years? Has it been hard trying to find you again?
A little bit. And I only say that because I caught myself getting not involved in the situation, but thinking I could do something casual. Fucked around and got emotions involved. Fucked around and found out. But I mean, we both went into it knowing it was a casual thing, both being out of long-term relationships. But I'm like, you know what? I've got to step back, because with you having your own situation going on and whatever you're doing, like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Because it was too much for me, and like, I get attached very easily. So that's why I'm not quick to do anything like that. I'm just trying to enjoy life and just do what I'm doing right now.
Just take your time.
Yeah, take your time. Like I say, and you gotta. I think, especially coming out of long-term relationships, and all of us have been at least one or two. You have to relearn yourself, because you'll tend to lose yourself in the other person, and vice versa. So you have to discover who you are again. Who's that person? Who that bad motherfucker that's walking down the street? Because you forgot that, right? You forgot that I'm the baddest motherfucker in the room.
Who is that?
You forgot, yeah, right? So we have to rediscover who we are. Yeah, right. Stop. Oh, hey, how you doing? Oh shit, that's me. But yeah, we have to find ourselves again. I think coming out of long-term relationships, and especially coming into communities like this, finding yourself again, and sometimes like being I like to watch. So I'll come and I just kind of like to watch the people flow. I like to watch the interaction of people. And it's not necessarily the sex. It's just when I come in here, I can see the wow factor that people get, and then the excitement. And for me, that's the cool part, because I get to I get to live through that sometimes. Like I said, I may not be ready to jump in the water, but I get to live through it. I get to say, okay, and I walk out and say, it was a cool night, and the vibe was right, and I had a couple of drinks, and it's cool. So, yeah. So I think, and congratulations on your journey and coming out of your relationship and rebuilding yourself, or getting yourself back to where you feel you need to be.
It's been a lot easier than I thought it would be, just being in a relationship that long. I mean, of course, in the beginning, I was devastated. I didn't know what I was going to do, like, being with somebody for that long. But now it's like, oh shit, I'm okay. Like, and it's funny because we still communicate from time to time, and it's like, I think maybe we're just better friends.
Sometimes that is.
I don't know, but I mean, I just learn on this journey. I'm learning a lot, and like I said, being okay and kind of getting past it quicker than I thought I would.
Okay.
So
Well, good. Okay. And on that note, on that note, because we got about the hour. Yeah. I'm glad you're learning yourself and getting yourself together, and I am, and a few of us in the room, we'll still getting ourselves together. So that's I'm applauding you right now. Yeah, right.
kind of just taking it day by day.
So no, that was good. I'm thinking right now, goddamn life, man. But on that note, so one thing, and once again, I'll say about the Red Room, as we start to wind down, it's an amazing experience, and you are definitely a friend of the Red Room. You can come hang out anytime, have a drink.
Oh, I'll be back.
Yeah,
for
tell
sure.
a few lies. We'll watch people get flogged, and we'll enjoy it. So you are definitely a friend of the Red Room, and we want to thank you for getting on the show and opening yourself
I'm gonna
up.
be standing by her. Hold on, I'm gonna wait.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna jump in front of her. There's no judgment, but that shit was wild.
Do you mind?
But thank you for coming and thank you for opening up, because to get on camera and open up to our millions of viewers, well, at least 20.
Millions.
She like, what? Okay.
And we got some slides.
Yeah, and we got something. Knocking them out. So once again, thank you, Dominique, for coming. And as far as Red Room goes, I suggest everybody get the opportunity, or take the opportunity if you can, to come to the Red Room. If you're in town, stop by the Red Room. You can find them on Eventbrite. We always have events on Eventbrite. You can go to the Beacon page. He's recreating his website. But you can always come find an event. And if not, you can reach out to one of us. We always got access. So one of us can bring you down. One of us can show you how it goes. If you want any flogging sessions, I'm here for it. That was a shameless plug. I apologize. But saying that to say, on that note, Citron, you got anything that you want to take us out with, that you want to tell us about the Red Room, or that you need us to know before we say our final intros?
Oh man, I really didn't have an outro, man, but I appreciate everybody. Thanks for the support. Continue to support us and support a local artist. Red Room out.
And don't forget about Red Room merch. Look at this lovely merchandise.
Y'all gotta see one.
Brought to you by Red Room Dallas and YLA Creative Suite.
Show you, can you see it?
Let me make sure I got my shirt.
That's my booty though.
Oh wait, let me
Right
see.
there.
So we have two different shirts, right? They are for sale. You can reach out to us. We can ship them to you. But these are the Red Room. These are a couple of Red Room shirts. A couple of designs we have. Please purchase. We would love it, and we can make them different colors. Please, I'm begging. Please. But we can make them in different colors. We can make them in different sizes, and we can make. I think we can make just about anything with those.
Just reach out to us.
Yeah, so please reach out to us. On that note, thank you, Ebony. Thank you. On that note, we're going to say our goodbyes. If anybody got anything going on, please say so. If you don't, just say your goodbyes. And if you want to follow you on social media, please give your social media handle.
I was gonna go. It's Kane, aka Cali Smooth. Follow me on all Instagram under Cali Smooth, Yahoo, whatever.
You say Yahoo?
Instagram.
We're gonna get that Yahoo group on them.
Every day.
Wait,
It's 2010.
Hell,
2010.
I ain't got nothing going on this week. I know we got TXCO next week.
Yes, they're gonna be out and about this week.
Yes,
Just
out and about.
see where you flow.
See where I land.
All right, C-Train Red Room _Dallas. Check us out on all social media.
Oh man, you did have a mic. Said, hey, my name, I ain't got nothing going on. This is your girl J Bay, and again, Instagram official _Coach J Bay 24. Link in the bio for Eventbrite for the August 12th event for the Glow Paint and Sip. Again, we're gonna have some great fun. We have some models coming in. We have painting. We have hors d'oeuvres. We have all that. The event link is on in my link tree on Instagram. So if you got any questions, shoot me a DM and I'll be able to respond.
Once again, this is Yolanda of YLA Creative Studios, scrolling along on the bottom of your screen. If you can't see, I'm saying Y, there it is, YLA Creative Studio. And again, it's been our birthday month, so this weekend is our producer's birthday, so catch us in the streets.
Yeah, we're in the streets. Happy birthday, school.
The LA of the YLA. It was my birthday a few weeks. I was in the streets, so catch us again. And then in August, we'll be back. Again, catch us on Eventbrite, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and I believe we do have a masquerade meet and greet coming up in August.
Right.
That will be hosted by Ina. And
right, Ina.
again, if you follow us, you'll get more information on that.
Okay, and then I'm Keelan, lifestyleinlimited.club. Go join the site. If you mention Red Room Talk Show, you will get 1 month free. Also, this weekend, tomorrow night, I have the Bears You Dare party at Colette's from 9 to 2. And next week, I have another party at Colette's. It's called Party at the Pink. The theme is pink or the pank. The party is pink, and on that night, we have about 400 or 500 people coming from all over the country. They're coming in to party that night. So if you don't miss it, if you miss any night, don't miss that one, because that night is going to be crazy. And every year they come, they turn up the whole weekend. You'll see us out. You'll see me out with Texas Takeover. Say hi, join, and hang out. Thank you, Red Room. Once again, the Red Room lets us come down here and film the show. So we do appreciate you. We appreciate what you do, and we appreciate the space you put together for us. On that note, y'all take care of people. Stay real, stay strong out there. And we'll see y'all next week. Peace.